Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of The Longest Journey. Where we last left off was we basically are still in Arcadia after getting booted into Arcadia through a closet in our dorm, I guess I would call it, or our apartment space with April's apartment space. But it happened as Cortez was getting kidnapped by the vanguards of the within the other place, the other world, this world of science. I forget the world's name every time. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's continue where we left off, which was to explore the library, I believe.
Some kind of sandstone, very malleable, but also very vulnerable to the elements. These cliffs probably have huge, naturally formed caves and tunnels.
So this is the Enclave, is what they call it, but it's technically a library in a weird sense for me. But downstairs.
The dragon's mouth is pointing straight down at the middle of the floor.
Is there anything else to look at? No, I guess we can just go downstairs again further. So this is the library Enclave area, I guess. Is there anything? No, I don't need to see that. I guess we'll just talk to the individual, I guess.
It's one of the Sentinel Minstrum.
Alright, let's get it going with the talking here.
Oh, goodness me, I didn't hear you come in. By the way, you haven't seen Volume 6 of the Complete Annotated History of the Northlands, have you? I could have sworn it was here yesterday.
Sorry, no.
I guess someone else must have taken it. I try to tell them to write down what they borrow on the list, but they never listen. Only last week I spent 3 hours searching the entire Enclave for the second scripture of the ballads, the scripture of song, before I realized that Vestrum Tobias was studying it back in the city. Now, such incidents could be avoided if only, and this applies to you too, young lady, people would sign out the books they borrow when they borrow them and sign them back in when they're done.
Yeah, makes sense.
Such a simple procedure. It shouldn't take more than a few seconds to jot down your name and the name of the book you borrow. It makes my job so much easier. Now, which book did you want me to find for you?
I just like how he gets to the point to like what we need to look for, but no, we need to ask about Minstrum Urine.
Are you Minstrum Yaren?
Yes, of course. What a silly question.
I mean, it's a question
How would
nonetheless.
I know? I don't know you.
Oof.
I am Minstrum Yaren, keeper of the great library of Mercuria. In fact, this is the greatest library of all the Northlands. Perhaps of the entire world, although they say the Dark People have a library as big, if not bigger, than this one. But of course, we're not allowed anywhere near there. Have you been there?
Where's the
I
Dark
don't
People?
think-
What a silly question. Of course you haven't. You're not of the Dark People, are you? You don't look like any Dark People I've ever seen, so I can't see how you could possibly... Now, where did Volume 6 disappear to?
Oh, he just changed subject right there and then. Oh man, that sucks. But I don't know who these Dark People are. Are these people part of like the Vanguard and stuff? Or is it just like the whole like dark sorcerers or dark magicians or something like that maybe?
Tobias said I should talk with you.
Tobias? Vestrum Tobias? I haven't seen him for... Well, he was in last week, but before that it must have been days at least. How is he? Still eating enough for 2 mules? I must tell you of this funny story I heard the other day, of how Vestrum Tobias eats enough for a table full of minstrum, or was it one Elguan? Although the Elguan don't as a rule eat very much at all. Did you know that the Elguan can smell water more than half a day's journey away? Amazing! Amazing creatures, perfectly suited for life in the desert. The balance provides, that's for certain. The balance provides.
I don't think I'm here for that guy. I was here to ask certain books, yeah. Also, I love the scenery here, like the whole, like, where's my mouse cursor? Where is it? Mouse cursor right there. I love this, like, little fountain-esque little thing here, like, little pond thing. I mean, I'm trying to remember. I think there was a library that I remember going to that had, like, a tree in the middle of the library itself. I don't know if it was realistic tree or if it was just, I don't think it was a plastic tree. I think it was a realistic tree that was inside the library itself. I just don't remember which library it was. It was so long ago at this point. But it's so interesting to see, like, nature inside of a library, even though the library itself is mostly containing books, which you need to keep some books dry, because you can't read anything that kind of gets kind of moisture in it, and it makes no sense. But I think there is this sort of feeling of cathartic feeling, or sort of calming feeling when you're reading with alongside nature or some sort of element of the world kind of thing. It just kind of feels interesting, and nonetheless, like where do you see a library where you can see stretches of miles of deserts that exist in, you know, this world? Like, there's not a lot of libraries that exist in the middle of a desert, and just like it's just there to just provide weird, like, this weird feeling of like isolation, but reading in that kind of sense, I guess. But I think it's just the space that interests me, not so much as like what's in it in the library wise. But I think spacing in some places are interesting to me, and I love level designing, so it's also catered to what I usually think about when it comes to that kind of space. But anyways, besides the point. Yeah, we're looking for some books.
Vestrum Tobias recommended that I look at some books.
Books is what we do best here at the Enclave, that is for certain. Which book would you like to see?
Okay, I don't remember what the book is called. There's a lot of options here. History of Mercuria, I guess?
A book on the history of Mercuria would be interesting.
Ah, an extensive subject, to be sure. I will do my best.
Wait, is he actually looking? Do we have to follow him? No, we can't. Okay. I thought we had to follow him, but that the mouse cursor changed into something that says no interaction is available. I'm assuming that we can borrow multiple books, but we'll have to wait and see after he returns with this book, I think. Like, if we can borrow multiple books rather than just one.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Okay. Fair. Oh, so we get to read that first, and then we'll read one at a time, I guess. Travels of the Northland. Wait, okay, that's to change the page. Okay. I might not read all of this. I might require or suggest that people pause and read, because I'm gonna skim past most of these, because I think it's hard to just kind of read a bunch of things and make it seem like it's relevant for certain parts of it, I guess. Like, it's hard to really know if it's relevant information for things. Deadly waters. Creatures the size of mountains. Ooh. Jewel of the Bakshivan. Yeah, it's a lot of, like, names and stuff that I'm not so sure about. Yeah, it's just a bunch of words that I'm just, like, I don't know, it's nothing against the developers who wrote it. It's just the fact that it's just, like, it feels like non-information that it would be, or information that's not important to me in a weird way. Like, oh, there it is. Something important, I feel like. Mercuria, oh Mercuria, thou unkempt diamond of capitals, thou art by truth the fairest. Thy counsel may many seek for knowledge, kept within is centuries sought and gathered, by men wiser than the ages, brought hither by word of mouth. Mercuria, changed thou not the course of war. Oh, this is the whole, like... Oh, this is just a poem. What the heck? More history of locations that I'm not aware of, that I will never be able to remember for the life of me. Oh, I see. Mercuria is the biggest city in Arcadia. One of the largest cities. Probably as large as the city that we came from. Venice, I think it's called. The location that we came from. From this world of science. Okay. Mercuria was decimated, it said. That's interesting. And Mercuria is a city of military prowess.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Uh-huh. I like how he's just like, oh, you're done. Okay, let's just move on then. Anyways, I get it. Oh, he's just taking it with him to the side here. I'm assuming once you read it, we won't need to read it again, in a sense.
Oh, oh goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Excuse me while I try to look for more
Can I
books.
see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Alright, let's see. What other things we need to do? Oh, I get to ask about it again. Yeah, I'm looking for information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for, I guess, would be one. The Silver Spear of Goriman. Actually,
I'd like to read some Arcadian folktales.
Yeah, I want to see that a little bit.
A favorite topic of mine. I have just what you're looking for.
Yeah, might as well just look for this one first, because I think I think reading all the books are important, because I think that each one offers a bit of information of what we may need for one of the puzzles, or when we need to get into conversations with certain characters, I think. Without it, I think we wouldn't be able to, without it, we won't probably get enough, like, branching points, I guess. I would call it branching points, because I feel like there's a bit of...
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
I feel like there is a sort of, like, sense of, like, options that open up when you're reading through some of these books. Sadra, the Wonderful Wife. He was a bully. What? Kade? Care? Who drank, cursed, gambled, and beat up his wife. Wow. Domestic violence, I see. That's... Also, the text is going off the pages here a little bit. Pause and read it. I don't think I care for much of this folklore, I feel like. This folklore seems kind of weird to me. Oh, that's kind of sad. The prince was asking that lady for marriage, but then she said that she's married to this drunken bastard. Oh, so the guy tries to kill the prince, I guess, maybe? Wow, he actually has a knife to just betray the prince. Oh, yeesh. So that means that Sadras is now, like, free of the man that was her husband. She was still a married woman. Then 1 year later, Care attempted to escape the king's mind by killing 2 guards and climbing the walls, but he was shot down with an arrow and died of agony and disgrace. Wow. It took the husband's funeral for Sadra to actually be able to marry the prince. That's hilarious, just reading. I took a quick read, of course. I kind of get the gist of it by just reading some of the keywords that I'm seeing, but that's hilarious. So something about hunting folklore is this. I'm sorry if I clicked too fast, but do pause and read, of course. Oh, this is the end of the book. Okay, the end of the page. End book. Okay.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Okay. Go ahead. You know what's funny is that I played, outside of this recording stuff, I played Vampires the Masquerade Bloodlines 1. I already finished it. It was like, I finished like last year, I think, in 2020. Like in the summer, I think, in 2020. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was the case. Yeah, because I already finished like a huge portion of the game, but then I didn't get to finish it because of the ending being difficult for me as a Nosferatu. But in that general case, a lot of the way old school games work, they place the text on the a book that looks like an asset, like an art asset, and they just place the text onto those kind of books. And I really like them. They're very fascinating how they did the whole emphasis of how text should be on that page, and it makes it feel like you're realistically reading it. And it's really cool to see this kind of point and click kind of game doing the same sort of thing as well.
Oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Alright,
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
let's read the... I don't think I need to read the Silver Spear. But I'm gonna go and ask him about the first...
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for.
No matter. I know a great deal about most of the books in here.
Most.
What topic intrigues you?
Oh, okay, so it goes into detail here. Draken.
I'd like to learn more about dragons, about the Dragkin.
Oh, yes, yes. We have some wonderful books on that topic. Stay here.
Okay. I mean, I'm not moving anywhere anyways. Can you actually move? No, you can't. Yeah, it's unfair for the characters to just start moving and then not be able to, like, take into register that I walked off, in a sense. Yeah, let him look for that Draken book, of course. I do wonder if all the other information that I need will be necessary, but we'll see the rest of that hopefully soon. But this might take me 2 episodes, sadly.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Because I can't just blast through the pages as quickly as I can with these things in this particular episode, but I would like to, but I can't because I need to read some of the stuff that I need to understand some of the stuff, but we'll see. Minstrom Elyak. Interesting, that's a minstrom that wrote this. Twin Worlds. Ooh. Okay. In Ilhad, the eternal spirits of the kin are simply called Drak. Kin as dragon, Drage, Drachi, Dragone. Okay. I like how it mentions the Christian Bible in this, even though I feel like... Oh, this is part of the Stark's legends. Okay, so in the world of science, they have the Christian Bible in this, and this guy knew that they exist there. That's interesting. Who is the kin? Uh-huh. So,
are you done? Let me take that back for you.
So basically, the minstrom doesn't even know what a dragon is. Like, he doesn't really fully understand the extent of what they are fully, but he knows it exists, and it's shrouded with some sort of mystery within itself to, like, do whatever it is. Now let's talk to this guy again. Alright.
Oh,
every time.
It's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Uh-huh.
Can I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
I wonder if the option of the Draken would be in this here? No, it won't. Okay.
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for.
No matter. I know a great deal about most of the books in here. What topic intrigues you?
Okay, there should be one more option I believe I need to deal with, which is this one, I think. I need to find out which 4 magical people of Arcadia were given a piece of... Yeah.
I need to find out which 4 magical people of Arcadia were given a piece of the stone disc that serves as the key to the Guardian's realm.
Very specific.
The stone disc of the balance, yes? Yes. There could possibly be something on that in... let me check. Just one moment.
Alright. I'm surprised that he kind of realizes what I'm looking for this particular page or this particular book, but... Hey, you know, if he knows, he knows. Alright, I'm gonna probably get... You know what? I'm gonna probably do this. I'm gonna rush through the Silver Spear after this one, and then just kind of close it out with reading within this episode, because I want to make this episode just full of reading, sadly, but... Nothing interesting.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Nothing super intensive, but just enough reading to kind of get the whole story stuff out of the way to help us with getting the stuff done that may need the reading stuff. Chapter 16 of the 8th. Wait, why is there 16 with 8 scriptures? Scripture of breaking. Okay. Kind of an introductory of the disc breaking. So somebody who sings in the dark has 1 stone. Somebody in the woods who are watching has another stone. The other 2, or one has... And then the other 2 stones are separated from air and sea. Or 1 stone is part of the air and sea. So it got split up twice, basically. And then 1 is a ship person. 1 person who's like on ship. A mariner, I think. Eternally dark.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Okay. I mean, in all case, I feel like it's weird because it doesn't really make any sense still, but it gave us hints of where these 4 stones could be. But one of the stone actually has 2 placements because it got split up further, so it's technically 5 pieces at this point. Because 1 got split further ahead of the other 4 pieces, which is kind of weird to me that they did just that.
Oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Sorry again.
Can I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay. Give me the Silver Spear.
I'm looking for a story called The Silver Spear of Goriman.
Yes, a fanciful tale if I ever saw one, but a charming one. Did you know that I'm often paid visit by adventurers wishing to read everything available on the spear so that they too could set out on their foolish quests?
So they're all
Don't you just
it.
hate those adventurers?
Well, they pay for my bread, milk, and butter with their contributions to the coffers, so I shouldn't be too critical of them. But they care not about the books. They care only about what the books can give them.
Makes sense.
I care. About the books, really?
I can tell. So, the Silver Spear of Guriman, then?
Yep. Kind of strange how this book is more important somehow. I don't remember where exactly the Spear of Goriman thing came from. Like, how did this option show up in the list of the options that were given? Did somebody tell us a story and we just had the idea to learn about the spear, I guess, maybe? Maybe it's the old man at the pier, maybe. Could be. Because I know he told us a big adventure thing.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Alright. Thanks. Thanks, Minstrom. Alright, let's read this. And then this should be the last book for this episode. And then I'll end the episode for now. Bakshiva, before the drought, when Goriman was the greatest city. Mighty White Dragon. Mighty Sorcerer, Drakekin. Oh, it has relations to Drakekin. Okay. Bathe in blood. Oh. Ooh. Okay. So the white dragon's involved with the spear somehow. And it has a sorcerer and a blacksmith that's part of the issue as well. So the spear is made of a bit of the white dragon, a blacksmith who made some really good stuff, and a sorcerer at the same time. So like all this came together to create a spear, it looks like. Wow. Interesting.
Let me take that back for you.
So it seems like there was a set of warriors who were a set of people who tried to fight the white dragon. There was like a sorcerer, there was a warrior or soldier or something like that, and then there's a blacksmith. And the blacksmith built a silver spear that was essentially used to. Okay, I can go downstairs. Okay, I'll check out whatever is downstairs in the next episode. But for now, I'll call it for today. But yeah, like it's really cool that there was like a folklore that there was like a soldier and a sorcerer who go off to fight the white dragon, but with the silver spear. But upon fighting the white dragon, even though it was a really tough fight, it traded off with the fact that the kingdom of Goriman, turning that whole region into a desert sort of, because of after the fight, it just turned out that the dragon had more power than necessary somehow, I guess, is what happened. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to whenever watching this. Next episode, let's go down to the stairs of that of the Enclave. I want to see if we can go downstairs and see whatever there is down there. If it's preventing me from going down there, then I'll just head off to like somewhere else that might be necessary to find the 4 stones or something. Or we need to find that letter, the lady who we need to give the map to, because there's somebody we need to give the map to still. Or just exploring other things and stuff like that. We'll probably figure it out in the next episode. But otherwise, that's it for this episode. So thank you guys for joining me, and Roz out.